Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to have a look at Rhino Linux. Rhino Linux is a Linux distribution that is based on Ubuntu, but it is a rolling release distribution. Ubuntu is typically a point release distribution, but Rhino Linux is based on Ubuntu's Devel branch, which is actually a rolling Linux distribution. So Rhino Linux is rolling release because it is based on Ubuntu's Devel branch. It's not based on Ubuntu's stable branch. So if you are thinking that this is a rolling release that's based on the normal LTS or the interim releases or Ubuntu, then this is not the Linux distribution for you. And then it also has Packstall, which is the AUR for Ubuntu. AUR is Arch Linux User Repository, which is available for Arch Linux users. It provides them with a lot of software options, new software, eccentric software that are not available in the standard repositories. Now Packstall does the same for Ubuntu as well. And then we have a new desktop environment. It is not exactly new, it's a heavily themed XFCE desktop. It's called as Unicorn. They say it's fast and elegant and it's perfectly adapted for your needs. We are going to have a look at how it exactly works. And then if you want to install this Linux distribution, you can download the ISO. You can click this download button or this one. A new Rhino Linux version has been released. It's 2025.4. So if I click on download, I'll have this downloads page, and there are two versions. There is generic ISO x86_64, which is for normal PCs, and then for ARM PCs as well. Plus you have for Pine 64, and you also have a version for Raspberry Pi as well. So I've downloaded this x86_64 ISO. I've already downloaded it, so I'm not going to download it again. If you click on this, it will actually download the ISO. Now I'm going to open up Word Manager so that we will be able to do the installation. So I'm going to click here to create a new virtual machine. Local install media, since the ISO file is already downloaded. Let's go forward. Then let me go to browse, go to my ISOs directory, and Rhino Linux is here. Let's choose that volume. It has not detected any operating system. Let's start typing Rhino, and I'll choose generic Linux 2024. Let me go forward, and for memory I'm going to give it 6 gigabytes or 6000 megabytes of memory, and I'm going to give it 3 of my CPU cores. Let's go forward. For storage, I'm going to select or create custom storage. I'm going to go to manage and go to VMs. Plus, to create a new storage volume, I'm going to name it Rhino Linux, and I'm going to allocate a storage of 50 gigabytes for this virtual machine. Let me finish that and wait for the storage volume to be allocated. So the storage volume has been allocated. So I just chose another one. Make sure that you choose the storage volume that you allocated just now, Rhino Linux .qcow2. Let me choose that volume. Let's go forward. Let me rename the virtual machine as well to Rhino Linux. And then if you want to customize the configuration like booting using the EFI firmware, you can take this, or you can just leave it and give finish, so that we will get into our virtual machine. And the booting Rhino Linux OS live disk in 1 second. And we have the Rhino Linux logo. We have a pig at the end, RHIN, and instead of O, it's not a pig actually, it's the rhinoceros itself. It kind of looks like a pig. So it's taken around 30 seconds, and now we are inside the live environment. That's a good and cool looking wallpaper. I just think if this logo, this rhinoceros logo, was not in the middle, it would have been even cooler. But anyway, it's their Linux distribution. They can do whatever they want. And here on top, we have installed Rhino. We are going to open that. And the Calamaris installer opens. In the first page, they ask for the language. American English is fine for me. Let me go next. And now to choose the time zone. For me, it's Asia/Kolkata. You choose your own time zone. Let me go next, and the default keyboard layout is fine for me. If you want to change the keyboard layout, you can change it in this screen. Let me go next, and for the partitioning of the device, you can either do manual partitioning. This is a virtual machine, so I'll be just going with erased disk. If it is a real machine, like you have 2 different disks, or you want to do your own type of partitioning, then you can go with manual partitioning. And then by default it's swap to file. You have other options as well, no swap, no hibernate, or swap with hibernate. Swap to file is fine for me. And then for the file formats, you have extend4, ButterFS and XFS. If you are going to use snapshots, then ButterFS would be a better file format. Let's go next, and then let's give the name. I'm going to give the name as JS, and the name of the PC I'm going to give it as Rhino-Word, and then for password I'm going to give it a short password since this is a virtual machine, and let me go next. And this is a summary of everything that we have done so far. The time zone has been set, system language, and then the locales and the keyboard model, and then the partitioning, and it says what it will be doing if I press the install button. So let me press the install button here, and it gives me a warning that you will not be able to undo these changes, and that's fine for me. Let's go install now. And this part of the installation is going to take some time, so I'll be pausing the video here and I'll join you once this portion of the installation has been completed. The installation has been completed, so I'm going to press done to restart now. And it says please remove the installation medium, then press enter. Since this is a virtual machine, just pressing enter should suffice. And let me make this into full screen. Once again, we are greeted with the logo of Rhino Linux, and we are in the login screen. So let me enter my password. And we get a welcome screen. You can go to announcements, wiki, GitHub, Discord, Reddit. This will all take you to the respective web pages. So let me close this welcome screen. We have another screen here. Make your choices. This wizard will take care of everything. So this is kind of like the initial setup application. So let me give let's start. And it's asking me you can choose more than one or more package managers to install. So you have the apt package manager, which is installed by default. Then you have Flatpak, Nix, Snap, and AppImage. So I actually don't want to install any of them now, but if you want them to be installed, you can actually install them. So let me go next, and then you have containerization, virtual machines, virtual machine related software. You have Docker, Podman, Apptainer, QEMU, and VirtualBox. If you want to install those, you can enable them here in the screen itself. Let me go next. Then you have extra settings. Nala, it is a front-end to apt. It features a beautiful UI/UX. It's also a terminal application. It can be used instead of the apt package manager. And then you have GitHub CLI. If you want that, you can install it. Now Apport is a crash reporting system. You can use that if you want. And Redshift is an application that allows you to adjust the color temperatures of your screen. So let me go next. And now it's asking for my password. Let me give my password. I actually didn't make any changes, so what are the changes it's applying? I have no idea. It is asking for my password again. All done. Restart your device to enjoy your Rhino Linux experience. I'm not going to restart it because I haven't made any changes. Let me close this and let's have a look at the applications that are pre-installed. So we have all this general stuff like about me, about XFCE, accessibility, network configuration, Bluetooth, etc. And then you have a clipboard manager. There are some applications. We have Firefox stable, which is a web browser, and then you have hard info. So this gives you hardware information, and that is a huge list. You can get information about every single hardware peripheral that is connected to this device. So this is a pretty cool looking application if you want to know about the various components of your computer. Let me close that. Let me go back to the application grid. We have Hello Rhino, which we saw at the beginning of the beginning when the system was booted in. Then you have mail reader, no application selected, and I think no application has been installed as well. So you can install things like Evolution or Thunderbird. And then Mousepad, it's a simple text editor, MPV media player for your videos and audios if you like. And then we have notes. This is XFCE notes. And then we have Rclone browser. Okay, Rclone. Rclone is actually a tool that is used for remote remote control of your devices. If you are into that, then you can use Rclone. Then you have Ristretto image viewer. Then you have screenshot tool. Anything else interesting? We have the terminal emulator. It should be the XFCE terminal emulator. Both of them will actually be the same thing, I guess. And then you have the Tonar file manager. You have TimeShift installed by default. You have uLauncher. uLauncher is an application launcher for Linux. You can use it in any Linux distribution. Now we have the uLauncher preferences. If you want to launch them by at login, you can do that, or if you want to do it using a hotkey, you can do that as well. But it you cannot set it from this window. You should actually go to your window manager, or in this case the desktop environment, go into the settings, and where there you can set the key. Now the key that the command that you have to bind the key to is g application launch io.ulauncher.ulauncher. You can just copy this and you can paste it. So let me close this. Let's go back to the application grid. Then we have VS Code is installed, that's by default. And then what else do we have? We have the X archiver for managing your archives, and then a XF burn to burn CDs, etc. Again, XFCE terminal, the terminal emulator is here. Now let's check out the Nala package manager, which they told is already installed when we did the setup. So how will you use Nala? You actually need a sudo, because we are going to install some applications. I am unable to zoom in. Maybe there is no zoom for functionality in this terminal emulator. Oh my god, that is not good at all. How do I zoom in? Yeah, I can actually zoom in. I cannot use the plus key in my keyboard, which is kept along with the letters, but I have a separate number pad. So if I do control and the plus on the number pad, it actually works. So sudo nala, and then your standard commands. Install, if you want to install an application. For example, if I want to install htop, I can do it. Give my password, enter, and let's begin. Yes, you can see that the interface looks a bit clean. Now it does the exact same functionality as the app package manager, but visually the appearance is a bit more sophisticated and modern looking. And the installation of the package htop has been completed. Now let's launch htop, and let's see the memory. It's just using 700 megabytes of memory. It's a fully featured desktop environment. It's themed, it's good looking, it's clean. For that 692 now, so 600 to 700 or even 800 megabytes is a great deal. The optimization has been done really well. So let me close this. That's it for this video. We have had an overview of Rhino Linux, and it looks promising. So if you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. If you have something to say about this video, you can mention them in the comment section. Most importantly, kindly don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.